So today I'm going to show you how to paint water with reflections. So water with the reflections of those trees up there, and these are separate videos. I got a video on the clouds and the sky. I have a video on the trees, and that way you can learn these techniques, and then you can put them in your own paintings instead of doing. You don't have to do this as one painting. You can do this and use these techniques for any painting you want. I'm going to put water down here at reflections. You could have snow down here. You could have grass and trees and rocks and whatever you want. You can put down there yourself. Okay, but I'm just going to do this as a separate video again. This is a third video that I'm doing. It's not part 1 or 2. It's just a video on how to paint water with reflections and rocks. So if you're going to do water and you have, now it depends on what you have up here. If you decide to do a different type of painting, if you have a sunset up here, you put the sunset in your water, okay? I'm reflecting what I see up here, down here, okay? So whatever you have up on top, whatever your painting is, reflect that into the water. I'm just showing you how to do reflections. Okay, so I'm just going to do a very light blue because I'm trying to reflect. Well, these are all going to go down into the water, so we want some water here that you can see through. Okay, nice still water. So I'm going to go down here and put our water on. All right, so it's okay, it's a little dark because we want to be able to see the trees. I'm using the chiseled edge brush so I can get underneath that line there and get a nice smooth effect here. I'm not using any magic white down here. You can if you want. If you're wondering what magic white is, I will leave a link to a video that explains what magic white is and how you can make your own. Alright, so some light colors down here. Good. Try to think of what's up on top there now. What's on top of mine? Mine, there's clouds. So down here, you can see the color up here is darker. So I'll go down with the darker color down here because that's where the sky is reflecting. Okay, I'm showing you how to do water with reflections today. All right. So I'm just getting that on there. And I'm going to wipe off my brush because I got a lot of it there. So I don't want too much. So I'll clean my brush, just wiping it off my tissue, and I'm going to get more white. And I'm going to put some more white on there. So white is the color you'll use most. You'll go through most in your paintings, okay? So I have lots of white on hand. All right, so because I'm not using magic white, I got to use a lot of paint. You might say, why didn't you use magic white? Well, because I didn't think of it. I didn't think of it. I already had to start it. Sorry. But you don't always have to use it, you know. It's great for saving on paint. Great for blending. Amazing for all those colors. And for some reason. So I got some clouds going on down there. So I'm not going to try to so I'm not going to try and make them exactly the same. I'm just going to have some fun here and just put on a little, because we're only reflections, so I don't want to. Alright. Now, like I said, don't have to be exactly the same. They're underwater, remember, so you don't have to have it exactly the same. Just where you think, you know, that's kind of dark up there, so you don't need that there. Just tap at it. Just tap to get some kind of or little circles. Whatever works for you. Okay, we'll leave that for now. And so, just try to see where you think that cloud is right there. I'll just put a little bit of cloud in here. Too much, and there's a little bit here. And we got a little bit here. And where else? Okay, that looks good. Because it's underwater, you don't need to worry about it too much. Now, I'm going to do those trees. So we did those trees in my other video. We did those trees with my 1-inch bristle brush, okay? And I use some dark colors. We're going to try and mimic the same colors. Now, let's see. Let's see. Okay. So I got some greens going on there first. So I got blue and some yellow or some sap green. So I got some sap green and blue. Maybe some burnt sienna just to tone it down a little bit, because I don't want them too dark. But I gotta try and mimic what I got here. That's a lighter green, but started off with a dark color. So just a little bit. I'm not gonna do much there. A little bit here. You find this brush too big for down here, then just use a smaller brush. Get that there and there. Okay, that's just to get us started. And now I'm going to, so I want a really nice dark color because same thing. So I'm just using my blue, my green, my burnt sienna, right? And I'm just making that, see how the color is really dark? And I'm going to put my little bushes here like this. And here. Here. So get the tall ones first, and then you can fill in between, okay? You can even turn it upside down if you want. Just got to get some idea, because it's underwater, and it's going to be shaped a little different when it's underwater, okay? So I'm going to go to my smaller brush now so I can get those nice colors. So let's mix up some of these colors, yellowy color. So we'll go with the yellow and a bit of red. A little bit of, that gives kind of a pinkish color, an orangey pinkish color. You can put that there. Right? Add a little bit of white if you have to, right? Just to try to match it up. It doesn't have to be exactly the same. Like I said, I don't know what you're going to have in your painting. It may not be this kind of a reflection. You might be reflecting something else. But if you want to, you know, go by this video, then you can certainly do that. And you can, I'll leave the links to the other videos for you so you can start off. So we got some here. We got this here. We got this here. All right. Not too bad, hey. Not too bad. So we got some green. Wipe off your brush. You get those bright colors on there, because we're going to go into some green. See, we're going to lighten up that edge there. So green and some white. See, that color is horrible. Look. Try to get a little bit closer. So I find that if I use my blue and my yellow, I get a nicer green than the one I have. The one I have, I think, is phthalo green, but sap green is really nice. And I'm going to add a little bit of white to that. And that's a bit better. So that's the tree there. Okay. This one here. And this here looks like you've got some yellow. This one here. Here. And here. And here. Okay. Now that one, these have kind of a brownish tint to them, so we will use our burnt sienna or burnt umber into our green to bring it down a bit. And then we'll use that. I might add a little bit of red to that too, okay? So play with your colors, all right? Play with your colors. Don't be afraid. What's the worst can happen? Get all these beautiful colors on your palette and be like, oh, but I didn't get exactly like yours. Do not worry about my paintings. Do not let that stop you. you just have fun making up your own colors. Alright, so I'm just going to add a little more red to that, and I'm going to, but just take note of the colors I'm using, okay? Because I'm you know, practicing from other videos that I see in books and that, so I'll know what colors to use. And you know, I'm not trying to get them exactly the same, but it's nice to know what kind of colors to use. Okay, it's pretty, isn't it? That is so pretty. Now let's clean our brush, and we got some little bushes in front here. So we'll start with some yellow. Bit of white too. Brush is still a bit dirty. Alright, so I got a little bit here. Okay, there's no more bright yellows there, is there? Well, don't want to go off into another one. Now, the colors in the water are usually a little darker than the top part anyway, above ground. So, let's see, what are we missing? Anything? Some red. I'm just going to add red to my yellow. Get kind of an orangey effect for this one here, I think. Just tap around like that. Any more? It's kind of orangey color there. That's the reddish color here. Okay, got orangey colors here. Orangey, pinkish. Let's see if we can match it up a little bit. Alright. Should be a little darker, but that's okay. You know, it is nature. Nature's happy. I think we're doing okay. This one here, need a bit of brownish color. There, we got that. Alright, now, oops. I don't know what I did there. Yeah, we need that kind of a, so that looks like a bit of green added to that color we just did. That bit of reddish color that you did there, just got a bit of green to it. So you'll pick up some other colors. Looks really pretty. Looks like it's coming here, doesn't it? Looks a little darker, so just add a little bit more darker burnt sienna, burnt umber to get that nice little reddish, a little bit of red to it. That's better. Alright, this, you know, it's not exactly the same as the top, but of course it's underwater, so it's going to be a nice reflection. It's kind of nice. Yeah, I like it. Good. Now we have this piece here between, so we have to have a little bit of land or something there. So I'm going to pick up some red and burnt sienna, yellow, and some white on my brush. You can do this with a fan brush. Yeah, you can do it with a fan brush. You can also do it with a palette knife. So I'll try this with this brush first. This is a chiseled edge. See, it's so much easier. And you go right across. Now, if I do it with my palette knife, it might be a little bit more tedious. So just pick up your darker colors and a bit of white. All right. And this is the effect you'll get here. See, it's a little harder to do, but you won't learn unless you try. So I picked up more white so I could get, but you do get more of a land look with the palette knife. So we go back over that one. It might help make it more land looking. So that gives it a bit of a land. And then, so I've put in a few little white lines over the water just to give it, makes it look like it's underwater. So all I did was I took my palette knife and I put a bit of white on the edge. And if you're right-handed, you probably will be doing it this way. So make sure you put the paint on the edge that you're going to be laying your knife down. So you just put these little white lines just on the corner of your brush like that. Add a little bit of blue to your white too, so it won't be too bright, okay? And then just touch and pull over. And pull over. Right, and that will come off these nice little white lines. See? You don't want too many though, you know, just enough. Just enough. Well, thank you very much for painting along with me, and I hope you enjoyed that painting. And if you liked this video, then you can subscribe so you can get more free videos. And you can like, share if you could, if you think it could help other people. And if you have any questions, just leave it in the comments section below. And or you can email me at allisonpryor@yahoo.com. So I'll see you in the next video.